Welcome to the best of WatchMojo. In this series, we're turning back the clock to show you some great early videos from the channel that you might have missed.
So you came back to die with your city?
No. I came back to stop you.
You know him as the Caped Crusader, the Dark Knight, or just the Bat.
The Bat? Oh man, give me a break, will you?
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Batman movies.
Holy marathon, I'm getting a stitch, Batman!
Let's hope it's a stitch in time, Robin.
For this list, quality is the key factor, so we're only looking at the very best of the Caped Crusaders canon.
You missed.
We're also solely focusing on films that feature Batman as the main character.
I don't know. I swear to God.
Swear to me!
So any Justice League or Superman/Batman movies aren't quite what we're looking for today.
Pull!
Number 10. Batman Forever.
Are you yesterday's news, Bruce?
Joel Schumacher's debut to the Batman scene blended a dark atmosphere with a comic book flavor of action.
Holy rusted metal, Batman! Huh?
Featuring Val Kilmer as the fabled vigilante, he does battle with the troublesome twosome of Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey as Two-Face and the Riddler, respectively.
You can call me
The Riddler.
Recruiting the help of Robin for the first time in this mainstream series, this film is remembered as an underrated but fun romp that fans see as being akin to a kiss from a rose.
It's the car, right? Chicks love the car.
Number 9. Batman the Movie.
Hello, Batman speaking.
Holy genre switch, Batman.
holy nightmare. Batman, could it be?
It's been so long since the famous Dark Knight has looked like this that some younger fans might be stunned by this entry.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Based on the famous Adam West TV series, this feature-length adaptation blammed, zapped, and biffed its way onto the silver screen in 1966.
Holy hallucination!
I wish it were, Robin, but it's not. It's 5 dehydrated pirates rehydrate.
Alongside his brilliant companion as played by Burt Ward, Batman must do battle against a mashup of nefarious villains, including the Penguin, the Riddler, Catwoman, and the Joker. As much as one wouldn't associate it as being a real Batman movie,
Hand me down the shark repellent bat spray.
this is certainly one brilliant comedy that aimed to emulate the campier and flashier side of the comics.
This bird has flown around the bend! To cuckoo blast!
Number 8. Batman Under the Red Hood.
This doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything at all.
Written by Judd Winnick, who also produced the comic this movie is based on, Batman Under the Red Hood serves as the 8th animated feature in the DC universe.
The Red Hood.
Might be.
With Bruce Greenwood lending his voice to our titular hero, Batman faces his most secret of villains to date.
He's good.
Yes, he's putting on quite a show.
A masked criminal who goes by the name of Red Hood.
Those are the heads of all your lieutenants. That took me 2 hours. You want to see what I can get done in a whole evening?
We won't spoil who the Red Hood is, but we will list the stellar cast that accompanies him in this modern classic. High-profile actors such as Jason Isaacs, Neil Patrick Harris, and even John DiMaggio as the voice of the Joker.
Tell me, how does that feel?
It only hurts when I laugh.
That's amazing. Can you really imagine the voice of Bender and Jake the dog as the Joker?
What's the plan? Slumber party? Charades? A little truth, a dare? Yes, I'll start with dare.
Number 7. Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
Who are you? What do you want?
Following up on our last entry, a better question might be, can you imagine Luke Skywalker being the voice of the Joker?
That's it. That's what I want to see. A nice big smile.
Stemming from the animated Batman series of the 1990s, the plot of this full-length flick sees the Dark Knight mistaken for a new vigilante who's been eradicating the various crime bosses around Gotham.
It's garbage, Mr. Reeves. The Batman does not kill. Period.
The mission to clear his name has been fondly looked upon by fans of The Masked Millionaire, despite Mask of the Phantasm making a loss upon its release.
Batman, this is the police. You are under arrest.
It was even nominated for an Annie Award for Best Animated Feature, but ultimately lost against Disney's The Lion King.
It's Batman. He's gone nuts.
Number 6. Batman The Dark Knight Returns.
You getting tired, old man?
Shut up.
The adaptation of the 1986 comic book of the same name sees Bruce Wayne in his middle-aged years as a bitter old man.
We don't have to do this.
Sure we do.
Following the death of his protege, he had hung up the Batman cape supposedly forever. But it took about 10 years for the crime of Gotham to boil over.
Tonight, you will rely on your brains and your fists. Tonight, we are the law. Tonight, I am the law.
Taking the atmosphere of The Dark Knight to the limit, this two-part film presents a new twist on the idea of whether or not Batman can still be a superhero at 55. And, more puzzlingly, whether or not it's Batman himself who's creating his own villains.
See you in hell.
Number 5. Batman Returns.
You're not the mayor.
Things change.
Recognized for being one of Tim Burton's love letters to the superhero, it's a good thing the director shares many similarities with the Caped Crusader. This crazed and gothic turn for Bruce Wayne also sees Danny DeVito as the Penguin.
Great speech, Oswald.
My name is not Oswald. It's Penguin.
And Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman.
Meow.
Striking in visual style with a beautiful mix of black tones and creeping imagery, Burton's second entry into the Batman franchise is certainly one to look out for.
You don't really think you'll win, do you?
Things change.
Number 4. The Dark Knight Rises.
Let the games begin.
The climax of Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy is not without its own mayhem.
What are you?
I'm Gotham's reckoning.
With the titanic villain of Bane holding the entirety of Gotham City hostage, there's only one man to save them. Except he's kind of broken his back, so give him a while, okay?
Oh, your bunny!
Released in the wake of the recession in the US, the theme of the working class taking back the fortunes of the rich is strongly shown here, alongside fantastic action and storytelling that ties the final knot in Nolan's series.
You've given them everything.
Not everything. Not yet.
Number 3. Batman Begins.
What the hell are you? I'm Batman.
Now we go from the finale to the beginning of Christian Bale's reign as the Dark Knight.
He thinks you're dangerous.
What do you think?
I think you're trying to help.
At a time when Batman and superhero movies in general looked like a joke, Christopher Nolan threw his hat into the ring to direct The Caped Crusader into the future, and it certainly paid off.
It was in the Narrows. Cops only go there when they're in force.
Do I look like a cop?
In Batman Begins, Nolan leaves no stone unturned in Bruce Wayne's backstory.
I will go back to Gotham and I will fight men like this, but I will not become an executioner.
As he balances his home life with the struggles of being a masked vigilante that helped kick off the resurgence of superheroes in pop culture. Cheers, guys.
Who is this guy?
Number 2. Batman.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
Much like Batman Begins, this particular film came at a time when the idea of the Dark Knight was largely looked down on for being a joke. But that's where Tim Burton comes in.
Hold on.
Casting the unlikely choice of Michael Keaton against the perfect choice in Jack Nicholson, the two squared off in one of the greatest Batman and Joker dynamics ever put on film.
Let me kill you. You idiot! You made me.
Bringing a dark tone to the Caped Crusader for the first time in the mainstream, Burton delivers on a delightfully gothic and atmospheric promise, with Batman even earning an Oscar for Best Art Direction.
A lot of people think you're as dangerous as the Joker.
He's psychotic.
Some people say the same thing about you.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
You know, Bats, we've been doing this little runaround of ours for years. It's been loads of laughs. But the sad fact is, none of us are getting any younger. I'll drink to that. Mr. Freeze?
It's Batman. He went down that alley.
The Scarecrow's here with an army of escaped Arkham inmates and homeless. They've all been poisoned with toxin.
Where are you, Batman?
And of course, here's everyone's favorite dishonorable mention.
It's your house, it's your rules. I mean, it's your way or the highway. It's Batman and Robin, not Robin and Batman. And I'm sick of it.
Number 1, The Dark Knight.
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
Really though, was there ever any doubt?
Hi.
The follow-up to Nolan's first foray sees Batman in his most dramatic, violent, and horrific presentation.
He comes at me with the knife. Why so serious? Sticks the blade in my mouth. Let's put a smile on that face.
The way The Dark Knight deals with the loss of loved ones and the foundations of good versus evil is great, but the powerful performance by Heath Ledger as the Joker frankly steals the show on its own.
Don't worry, I'm gonna tell you where they are. Both of them. And that's the point. You'll have to choose.
With so many fantastic components coming together in this thrilling opera of crime, it's not hard to see why we're so serious about The Dark Knight. Do you agree with our list?
If I told the truth, panic would grip the city.
What's your favorite Batman movie?
You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses on, would you? Huh?
For more crime-fighting top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Don't you just love a happy ending?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.